Hey everyone, in the last video we looked at how we can set up this screen right here. As you can see, it's quite simple. We have a menu with one button. We looked at setting up some text, a clickable image and a checkbox. And this works just fine, but it's not really suitable for creating complex UIs in this screen. We don't really have any options for creating side panels here, or because you'd have to manually set that all up at the right coordinates. We can also do this in another way by making new containers. And this allows us to create several different kind of windows. And these can all be draggable and function independently. So that is quite useful. We can also do this with containers. So I'm just going to make a new container here. And I'll copy this part. And this time I'm not going to make the container the whole size of the screen. I'm just going to make it a lot smaller and I don't know, somewhere around the middle of the screen. And I'm also going to give it an outline. Don't forget to add our container to the main. So when we run this, let's see what happens. Right now we have our window here. Let's see if we can add some text to it to give it some shape and to get more of an idea of what's going on. So I'll just add a new text item. I'll give it the same font as we did for the other container or menu. And as you can see, we have text in here. And this works just fine. For example, we could use this to create a side panel here. And that would allow us to add several items to this panel, sort of like a sidebar, which could be nice for example, a menu or maybe some items that you, I don't know, maybe you want to drag something into your game screen. So something like that. But we can also do a lot more with this because we can also add a menu to it. And this menu will allow us to be able to resize our screen and also drag it around. So let's see what happens when we do that. So I'm going to make a new menu here. And we are going to delegate the coordinates to our container in a minute. So these coordinates don't really matter. They'll get overwritten. What is still important is the width and height for each item. I'll just make it, I don't know, 32, 32, and 16 margin. And let's also add the menu to our container now. We can use the set menu function for that. And I'll add our submenu. And there's only one thing we still need to do, which is tell our subcontainer that it is responsible for rendering the position of the submenu. So I'm going to set menu bound by container to true. And when I run this, you can see that we now have a menu here. We also have a lock icon. We can unlock it and now drag our screen around. And this also allows us, or maybe the user, to position it at a better spot for certain conditions. And this also allows us to scale text. For example, we see that we have some text here. It's a bit overflowing a bit. Let's see what happens when we add some more items that, for example, a multiline text item that's a lot larger and doesn't really fit in that menu. So I'm going to copy this line. And we'll use the multiline text item. I'll just copy this a bunch of times. And this item will actually shift to the next line when it doesn't fit. So as you can see, we can now also drag it around, and this will adjust the position of the text so that it doesn't overflow past the window. And we can also use this for other elements as well. One thing that might be missing is that we also may want to close this window. And in order to do that, we can add a button. In the last video I also showed you a function that we can use for that, which is the destroy container function. And let's add that to our menu now as an item. And as you can see, there's an on click. There I'm going to add that function I just showed you. Now when I click exit, you will see that the container is closed. So that also marks the end of this video. I hope you find it useful. Bye.